It was supposed to be the happiest day of the year. Balloons swayed above a backyard, paper streamers fluttered, and the smell of barbecue filled the air. Kids darted across the grass, giggling, chasing bubbles. In the center stood a little girl in a glittery pink dress. Today was her 7th birthday. Her parents had spent weeks planning. They didn't have much, but everything from the paper plates to the sprinkle-covered cake was filled with love. But across the street, behind dark sunglasses, stood a figure who wasn't smiling. Karen, arms folded, clipboard in hand, eyes locked on the celebration. And while the kids laughed, Karen plotted her next move. The click of Karen's heels silenced the music. She marched straight into the yard, her voice sharp and shrill. "Stop this party immediately. Outdoor gatherings without HOA approval are forbidden." The children froze. The birthday girl's smile fell, her balloon string trembling in her hand. Her mother pleaded, "Please, it's just one afternoon. Our daughter's birthday." Karen's face twisted. "Rules are rules. You people don't belong here if you can't respect them." Gasps rippled. She grabbed a streamer from the fence and tore it down. The little girl whimpered, clutching her mother's dress. What was meant to be joy was already slipping into fear. The father stepped forward, voice steady but laced with anger. "This is our yard, our daughter's day. You won't ruin it." Karen sneered. "Oh, you'll regret this. I'll fine you so hard, you'll wish you never moved here." Phones appeared in neighbors' hands. Curtains twitched. Everyone knew Karen's reputation, years of terrorizing the block with threats and her infamous clipboard. But never before had her cruelty been this public, this raw. The little girl looked up at her father, confused, scared, holding tighter to his leg. The party was becoming a standoff. Karen's rage only grew. She marched to the cake table, hands gripping the edge. "All of this is illegal. Tear it down, or I'll have you thrown out of this neighborhood myself." The birthday girl burst into tears, her perfect day unraveling before her eyes. And then something changed. A neighbor stepped out onto his porch. Then another, then another. One by one, they walked closer. "Karen, leave them alone. It's a child's birthday, for God's sake. Enough already." For the first time, Karen looked around and saw something she wasn't used to. Resistance. What began as a family alone suddenly became a community. A woman brought over extra chairs. A teen set up his speaker and restarted the music. More neighbors joined in, turning the tense silence into loud defiance. The father bent down, whispering to his daughter, "See, you're not alone." Karen spun in fury. "All of you will regret this. I'll have the HOA fine every single one of you." But nobody moved, nobody listened. And every phone pointed her way made it clear. This time, her threats had no power. Then sirens, blue and red lights cut through the street. A cruiser pulled up, doors swinging open. Karen rushed forward, triumphant. "Officers, finally, these people are breaking HOA rules and harassing me. Shut it down immediately." But the officers didn't take her word. They scanned the yard, balloons trampled, decorations ripped, a child still crying. One officer knelt down, soft voice, "Sweetheart, what happened?" Through her tears, the girl whispered, "She ruined my party." The officer stood tall, eyes hard. He turned to Karen. "Ma'am, HOA rules do not give you the right to harass families or destroy property. You need to leave now." Karen's smugness evaporated. For once, the law wasn't on her side. Karen sputtered, stammering excuses. "I was protecting the neighborhood, the HOA." The officer cut her off. "The HOA doesn't put you above the law. One more outburst, and you'll be charged with harassment." The crowd erupted in cheers. Neighbors clapped, recording every second. The father held his daughter close, her tears turning into a shaky laugh. The woman who had ruled with fear now looked small, powerless. The clipboard slipped from her hand, landing in the gutter with a thud. As Karen retreated, humiliated, the neighborhood came alive again. Streamers were rehung, balloons retied, music blasted louder than before, and when the cake was lit, the entire street gathered, voices booming as they sang "Happy Birthday." The little girl closed her eyes, made her wish, and blew out the candles. She looked around at the smiling faces her family, her neighbors, her protectors. Karen thought she could ruin one child's birthday. Instead, she gave a community a reason to unite, and for the little girl, it became a day she would never forget.